Good day, ASIC Ortha.
Good day, Kat, Alan, at sa inyong mga manonood.
ASIC Ortha, for the better understanding of our televiewers, maaari niyo po bang ipaliwanag kung ano ang kahulugan ng online sexual abuse and exploitation of children or OSAIC? At ano po yung mga iba't ibang uri nito? How and where do these incidents usually happen?
Ang online sexual exploitation or OSAIC na binanggit mo kanina ay isang uri ng trafficking. Sa Pilipinas, meron tayong tinatawag na trafficking in persons. At basically, trafficking, for it to constitute trafficking, there are three key elements. One is the act, kagaya ng harboring, transporting, hiring, etc. Second is the means. How did you do that? Did you do it through deceit? Was there violence? Was there intimidation, etc.? And the third is the purpose. And we only have one purpose, that is exploitative purpose, except that there are different kinds of exploitative purposes like sexual exploitation, labor exploitation, organ trafficking, etc. So, dahil ang pinag-uusapan natin ay bata, yung pangalawang sinabi ko kanina na means, that will become irrelevant. So, hindi na natin kailangan ng means. So, what we now need are the acts and purpose para mag-constitute na trafficking. Binanggit mo na online. Bakit siya naging online? Because we use the internet. So, halimbawa, yan ang isang naging, sabihin na natin, pag-abuso sa magandang intensyon ng internet. Meron ka lang isang maliit na kwarto, maglagay ka ng isang bata dyan, aabusuhin natin. You could have thousands of millions of audience, both in the Philippines and abroad. Kaya napakadali ang access sa online sexual exploitation, which nakakalungkot na pangyayari dito sa ating Pilipinas. At maraming lugar sa Pilipinas kung saan nangyayari ng sexual exploitation ng mga bata ay nakita natin na yung mga lugar na prevalent ang kahirapan.
So ano yung trabaho ng office niyo para sa viewers natin?
Okay. Ako po ay Assistant Secretary sa Department of Justice. Ang isa po sa pinagagawa sa akin, pinatatrabaho ng ating buting kalihim ay tulungan sa pag-supervise yung tinatawag natin na Interagency Council Against Trafficking. Marami po itong miyembro, ahensya ng gobyerno, at bukod po doon, meron din kami member na NGOs, tatlo po yun. And the IACAT is chaired by the DOJ and co-chaired by the DSWD. In fact, yung organisasyon ni CAT na IJM ay miyembro kasi nga isa sa tatlong NGOs. Ang IACAT, gaya ng pangalan, it's an interagency. So we develop policies on how we could address all of these problems that we are facing regarding trafficking. At in fact, online sexual exploitation is one of the main focus of IACAT nitong taon na to, probably until next year. Kaya nga, naging maganda yung inyong napili na human, hindi laruan. Yan din yung ginamit ng IACAT nung nag-launch kami last July 2019 nung during the tinatawag natin World Day Against Trafficking. Yan yung parang naka-team natin.
Thank you, ASIC Ortha.
Thank you, ASIC Ortha.
In 2017, 45,000 reports were submitted. In 2018, 600,000.
We saw in that video that Special Agent Christian Ibasco of the DOJ Office of Cybercrime was very emotional and so frustrated at how OSAIC situation has worsened.
He cited that there were around 600,000 online sexual abuse and exploitation of children cases in 2018 based on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children or NCMEC. Grabe ito. This is really horrible. 1,200% increase from 45,000 plus OSAIC cases in 2018.
Tama ba ito, Attorney Medina? Can you please explain ano ba itong National Center for Missing and Exploited Children or NCMEC? ito ba ay puro online sexual exploitation cases involving Filipino children lamang? At ano-ano bang klaseng online sexual abuse and exploitation cases ang mga ito?
Tama po yan, there has been a high rise in the NICMIC reports that the Department of Justice Office of Cybercrime has been receiving. So for 2017, nakatanggap tayo ng around 42,363 reports.
Wow.
And for 2018, tulad nga ng sinabi nyo, there was a close 600,000. Specifically, ang natanggap natin was 521,012 NICMIC reports.
That's bothering, no?
Yes. So ano nga ba itong mga NICMIC cyber tip line reports na natatanggap natin, no? So these are reports of suspected online child sexual exploitation that were reported by electronic service providers and the public sa NICMIC. NICMIC is a non-governmental organization in the US. So, itong mga reports na to, ni-report ng public and electronic service providers to NICMIC. And it involves nga the suspected online sexual exploitation. And the DOJ, Office of Cybercrime, as the point of contact of the NICMIC, we have access to their VPN. So, nakikita namin itong mga cyber tip line reports na merong Philippine Nexus.
So may technology platform kayo?
Yes,
sharing
you receive
information?
emails, yes.
Galing.
So, ang nare-receive lang natin would be those cyber tip line reports that have Philippine Nexus. Anong ibig sabihin ng Philippine Nexus? It's either the offender or the victim is in the Philippines.
Okay,
Suspected
okay.
offender and the victim.
So that's
or
a
the
good
victim.
point. Let me cut it here. What if the offender is not in the Philippines?
If the offender is not in the Philippines, but it is suspected that the victim is in the Philippines, papasok pa din yung report
papasok
sa
pa din.
atin. We would receive the report. But of course, there are isolated cases that reports are mistagged. So the nexus is not in the Philippines, but we receive it. So we communicate with NICMIC and inform them that there's a mistagging.
Okay.
And I think magugulat kayo, no, na we call it just suspected cases of online sexual exploitation or sexual abuse because minsan there are innocent posting. For example, a mother would post the naked picture of her child. So we would look at it as kasi hindi naman nila alam whether this is this intentional, was this innocently posted. So we also receive these types of reports. So these reports, when we would open it, it includes the distribution or sharing of videos and images of sexual exploitation or shows children and performing sexual acts. We also receive reports of conversations where the contents was there's an adult luring a child to perform sexual acts
So
or
after
send
you receive the
videos.
report, where do you give the report?
Actually, I'm really interested to know what do you do with the reports that you
Yeah,
generate from NICMIC?
We have agents coming from the IACAT. So these IACAT agents, they work as analysts. So they download the contents of the report, and they check them, they make preliminary investigation. So if they see that really it involves an online child sexual exploitation case, we would refer them to the PNP, WCPC, or the NBI for more further investigation and, of course, the identification and rescue of victim. Aside from that, we would, if from the conversation in the NICMIC reports, there is a planned travel, for example, of a foreigner going here to the Philippines to perform sexual abuse or sexual exploitation, we would then communicate with the Bureau of Immigration and we would request for the blacklisting of this person.
So maybe now we can ask our next guest from the Philippine National Police Women and Children Protection Center the total number of online sexual exploitation cases received by your officer last year. At ano po ang mga profile ng mga children na suspected victims?
Last year po, I will not be mentioning how many reported cases of suspected online sexual exploitation of children. I'll just mention the accomplishment that WCPC had in the past year. So last year, meron tayong nakandak na 33 operations nationwide of online sexual exploitation of children. Meron tayong na-rescue na 113 individuals, and majority of these are minors. And
Dami.
naka-arrest tayo ng 49 suspects, and there are certain foreign nationals that involved in this.
Well, ang dami yan yung nahuli, based on that report by Major Bertudaso.
113
talagang gumagawa ng kanilang trabaho ang WCPC, of course with the coordination of DOJ and IACAT.
True.
So that's what we call the whole of government approach.
Yes.
Right? And we can solve anything. Kahit anong problema yan, basta nagtutulong-tulong ng gobyerno, ay pwedeng malutasan ng mga ganyang problema.
Collaboration really is the key
Yes.
para malutasan ang problemang mosaic na ito.
Ang mga biktima ng online sexual abuse at exploitation ay mga batang wala pa sa hustong edad to take care and protect themselves. How does the PNP WCPC currently protect high-risk children from online abuse and exploitation?
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that question. Let me just, give you a background kung paano nagsimula ang WCPC in fighting this type of crime.
Yes.
Now, in 2015, when WCPC mandate was expanded, that was the time that, nag-start pag-imbestiga ang WCPC about this online sexual exploitation of children in support of the International Justice Mission. And then the following year, nag-create ang Women and Children Protection Center ng isang small unit within that center. Tinawag yan na Internet Crimes Against Children. So, ang ginagawa po nito, nag-iimbestiga po ng mga cases of OSEC. So, these are basically coming from our foreign law enforcement counterparts.
Okay.
So, that's how we start the
So
investigation.
international partners, ano?
Yes.
And we also need, because internet is borderless, so we need international partners as well.
The nature of the crime is transnational.
Yes.
Kaya kailangan ng cross-border cooperation.
Ang galing, ano? Ang galing na
Galing.
sobra.
Para po sa ating mga manonood, sir, maaari niyo bang pakipaliwanag kung ano naman ang coverage ng office niyo, ang Philippine Internet Crimes Against Children Center?
Now, bago na-create itong Internet Crimes Against Children Center, nakita kasi ng foreign law enforcement counterparts natin na maganda ang ginagawa ng law enforcement, ng PNP at saka ng NBI when it comes to fighting this type of crime. So, nakita nila na kailangan ng suporta. Not just ng local but also international, kasi this type of crime is a global one. So nag-create sila ng isang center, tinatawag na Philippine Internet Crimes Against Children Center. At ang founding partners dito ay yung Australian Federal Police and National Crime Agency ng United Kingdom and also International Justice Mission.
Oh, you're
And-
always
Yes.
Dalawang law enforcement ang may hawak nito. Yung Philippine National Police Women and Children Protection Center at saka yung National Bureau of Investigation Anti-Human Trafficking Division.
Okay, okay. Alam mo, napakahalaga at komplikadong usapin ito. But anyway, let's just pause for a break. When we return, let's talk about the rescue operations of the victims.
Yes, Alan.